My mom married me off to an old man out of shame of what her brother did to me. As a teenager, my mom's younger brother forced himself on me multiple times, and I reported to my mom, but she did nothing about it. In fact, it was as if she was enabling him, because if I should tell her, she would scold him a little bit. She didn't tell the family members, she didn't tell my dad, she was just hiding. She even warned me not to tell my father. As a teenager, I was practically traumatized. I was always crying. I always didn't like my mom. Anytime I see her, I have this hatred for her because I couldn't understand why she couldn't even drive her brother out of the house. He came to stay with her and he was molesting me constantly. Sometimes I even questioned if she was actually my mother. At a point, I left the house and went to go and be staying with one boy. My father looked for me to that place. He beat up the boy and brought me back to the house. Because I couldn't tell my father what was happening, he didn't understand why I left the house. So I kept bottling things up as a teenager. When I was 21, this guy kept forcing himself on me until I got pregnant. And at this point, he traveled abroad. I was pregnant when he traveled out. Immediately, I got pregnant when I found out. My father was the first person I told, and I told my father that I was pregnant. He asked me who was responsible. I told him that I couldn't tell him. He assumed that it was the boy. He chased me out of his place some time ago, and I just kept it to myself. He told me that I must not remove the child, that I must nurture the child and take care of it, that I should be responsible for my own actions. But he didn't know what was really going on. So my mom also knew about it. She said that since my father already knows that I cannot take it out, if I had told her secretly that she would have taken it out for me, why did I tell my father? She was practically blaming me for coming up to tell my father. So after 9 months, I gave birth to the child. The child looked exactly like my mother's brother. In fact, carbon copy. And my father started asking questions when the child was growing up. Who is the father of this child? Who is the father of this child? Finally, I told my father everything that has been happening, everywhere scattered. I was practically shouting it in the whole street what my mother has been doing. After that incident, my father practically disliked my mom so much. He wasn't eating her food. He was so angry. Me too, I was so angry. We were practically living like strangers in the house. Until one old man came and was asking for my hand in marriage. My mother said yes, that I was going to marry because everybody now knows what her brother did. Nobody is going to marry me in this vicinity except I relocate out of the state. Except I'm going to relocate out of the state, and since the man stayed far from our area, this is the best decision for me. I was about 23 years old and this man was in his 50s when she married me off to him. I don't know how she managed to convince my dad that it was the right thing to do. I was unhappy in my home as a teenager. I would still be unhappy in my marriage. So when I was going into that marriage, I left the child for her. The man came with his people. He paid my bride price. I was finally happy to be leaving her and her husband in that house with that child. I didn't want anything to do with them. So I moved in with the old man. The man was not too old, but at least that's not what I wanted for myself. I didn't know that I was entering into my happiness. This man practically pampers me. This man does not even want kids because he already has grown-up children who are in the university, and he has one son that is abroad. He had earlier lost his wife some few years ago, so he just wanted to remarry. This man pampered me. He took care of me. Like I was the happiest girl in that home. Anything I wanted, he would give it to me. After 2 years of marriage, I got pregnant for him. I did not want to get pregnant initially, but the way he was now treating me, I really liked him. So I decided to get pregnant, and I got pregnant and I bore him a baby girl.